Grand Rapids, Michigan. Um, and I'm a full-time preschool teacher. I just kind of started this, like she said, a month ago. But yeah, usually I just work full-time as a preschool teacher, trying to, save and pay bills, get out of debt, all that fun stuff.
All that fun stuff. That's right. Okay, so a few months ago, obviously pre-quarantine, all that stuff, working a full-time normal job. How did you find the business?
So, during quarantine, I'm scrolling through TikTok, because there's nothing else to do. And I saw one of Alyssa's, TikToks, and it was talking about the business and all of these benefits from it. And I was like, So then I did a little research, looked on her Instagram and her Facebook, and looked at the products and the business. And I was just like, hey, like, let's see what this is about. So then I went to her Instagram, filled out the, distributor application, and just kind of waited to see what happened.
And the rest is history. I remember reaching out to you and you were like, yeah, I already watched that. I already looked at that. I'm like, who is this girl? And can we be best friends? Something that I love about your story is that you actually live in the same city where our company was founded. Like, and I think you know that already, or at least you know that now. But how crazy is that? I mean, our company started almost 20 years ago. So you would think if a place was going to be saturated, if someone was not going to be able to see growth this fast in their business, you'd think living in the city where it started might be that place. And it's just simply not the case, especially with social media. So I love that. And I also love knowing where people found this business. And actually, I don't know, Cassie, where you found the business, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I think it's so funny. I've built almost my entire business on social media. I met you ladies through social media, but I actually didn't find the business through social media. I found the business face to face, and my boss was the one that introduced me to the business. So I think that's so ironic that I build my business on social media, but that's not actually how I found it. So, okay, so tell us, like, how long it took you to join. I know it wasn't very long. And then was there anything specific that maybe you were nervous about when you joined?
I think it took me like 2 days, honestly, and I waited because it was Easter Sunday and I didn't want to bother you. Or else I probably would have signed in like a day. But yeah, it took me like 2 days. I really wasn't like super nervous about joining because I was interested in the products, and then I was like, why not give it a try? I at least will find some products that I like, and then, I don't really have anything to lose. But I feel like one thing I was really thinking about was, what is my friends and family going to think? Like, they may not understand the business, they may not get it, and trying to explain it to them in a way that they would understand. And, that's kind of what I was nervous about. But my family's been really supportive, which has been great. And, some of my friends still don't get what I'm doing, but they're supportive of me. So that worry kind of went away, a few weeks into the business.
I love it. And obviously, we know not everyone has a great support system, but I like when at least people can be supportive of us, even if they don't quite understand what it is that we're doing. And I still have tons of family members that have never even touched a product that I love, that I use daily, and they have never even tried it, but they're still supportive of me and the goals that I have. So I love it. Okay, so you signed up like 6 weeks ago, maybe like middle of April. So you're still like super brand new, but you've had almost 60 customers, 60 new customers order products from you. I think the exact number is 59. That's insane. And then obviously distributors are starting to join you, and your team's growing and all of that. But that's insane, first of all. So congratulations. I know
Thank
you
you.
actually just hit the third rank in the company. Your boyfriend also has an account. He also
Mhm.
has double promoted this month, and he's hit our Ruby level. So that's so crazy. And I don't have another word for it. So I'm just going to, for all of you, I'm just going to say it's crazy. It's crazy. Tell us just a little bit about your experience so far. Like, we know your friends and family have at least been supportive of you, but as far as like getting involved, the community, the team, like, just touch on that a little bit and what you think.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I feel like since the beginning, I've been like welcomed with open arms. I know, like, no matter what, you were always there for me when I needed to ask you a question, since you were my sponsor. And I was just like in the beginning, you're like, I don't want to be bugging this person. I don't want to be bothering her all the time, but we're really not. And you love the questions. And I love that we have that support right off the bat. And I think once we join in with the community, it's amazing. Everyone's there for you. The support is insane. Everyone is so happy when you like get a sale, when you get a distributor. Like if you're having a hard day, they're there for you. I feel like the support is just insane. And just the connection that I feel with people already when I barely know and have never met anyone is just amazing.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like nobody really joins to make friends. And then all of a sudden, like a month in, you're like, I have this whole group of friends that is celebrating me. And it's the just like craziest, weirdest, but coolest thing to have those connections with people you haven't met yet. And just wait until you get to one of our events and you meet people face to face. And it's that much more fun. So I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. One last thing. So you've only been in 6 weeks, but you've seen a little glimpse of like what this business can do for you, the debt it can pay off, the goals that you can reach in, short amounts of time. So what is a goal that you have with the business over the next like 6 months or into the new year? Whatever
I
you
think
got.
for me, like during this quarantine too, it's like I want this even more so now, but my boyfriend and I are trying really hard to save for a house and just kind of take that next step and get out of the third floor apartment, carrying groceries up all the time and neighbors. So I think that's definitely our number one. We really want to get into a house and hopefully get engaged and all that fun stuff. So I think that, and, just working on that student loan debt, trying to pay that off one payment at a time. So those would definitely be my two things that I'm looking forward to.
Don't worry. I know that you're building his paycheck up a little bit so we can get a ring on that finger. It's fine. I did the same thing. Okay, so thank you for sharing, friend. I appreciate it. I know that you're with your family and it's a holiday, so we appreciate you getting on. Okay, so now we're going to talk to my friend, Mickey. So Mickey, just share you, your name, where you're from. Tell us a little bit about life before quarantine.
Well, I'm Mickey. I am 40 years old. I'm from Calhoun, Georgia. Super small town. I'm an hour north of Atlanta and an hour south of Chattanooga, so right in the middle. Super small town. So I actually stalked Alyssa. Instagram, I am a stalker, yes. I stalked her for a while and then I joined and I was nervous. I was just like a nervous little wreck. And then my father actually had some health issues, so I had to take a step back from the business and I actually had to quit, and it just broke my heart. But he's at peace now, and I gave myself a year to get settled back in. And then I kept on following Alyssa because I would still refer people to them because, I lost 76 pounds on the product, so I was just like a walking billboard. I'm like, you guys, it actually does work. It's not the name of the business, kind of, but it does work, I promise. So I got with Alyssa on April the 15th, tax day, and rejoined and got with her. And then I have just been hitting the ground running, and the support in here is incredible. Like, as you can see, I'm on oxygen, 40 years old, got diagnosed with some health issues, but that's okay because this allows me to sit on the couch at home when my 8 to 5 job puts you on furlough and your hours are cut. I still have the ability to provide for my son, who's 16, who drives, who wants everything under the sun. So, mama's got to provide that. So this has been just a real blessing and an answer to prayer. And the support that you get literally from the moment you sign up is insane. Like, I have worked in corporate America for over 20 years with one company, and the kind of support that this group has, you don't even have that, especially in corporate America. So it's definitely something that, you definitely want to dive into and reach out with open arms.
So, okay, since this was the second time you joined, I know you already loved the products, but did you have fear jumping in again?
Oh, yes, completely. Because I was like, okay, I have got to make it work this time because I'm not going to have that Texas girl coming after me, and I'm not going to let her down again, and I'm not going to let myself down again. So it was, if I'm in the hospital, if I'm getting blood work, well, take blood out of this arm, and I'm going to, text with this arm. That's fine. No big deal. Need to switch arms? We can do that too. It's so good that I can work from anywhere. So in a waiting room or on a virtual doctor's appointment while I'm waiting, I can literally sit here and sign up people or text them information to help them with their goals. And I was 39 last year. So I never got any health issues before then at all. So this hit me out of the blue, and it really just put a lot of focus on your health. Like, you have got to take time for yourself, and you have got to put yourself as a priority in your health. And my son as well, he sees, what these products have done for me. And yes, I got cleared by my medical team to take them, but it's just such a blessing, and he is so super proud. And for a teenager to say, wow, Mom, I'm so proud of you. I love you. I can't believe you did this. I can't wait till you go to that green level, because he forgets it's called emerald, so he calls it green. So that was just like the cherry on our life for me today. But I was so nervous about just not being able to do it. But it's literally, I'm sitting down because I am on such strict rules with doctors. I can't leave the house. I have to wear the oxygen 24/7. It's so good to actually have something I can do. I can do it from the bathtub. I can do it from a doctor's appointment. It's just a blessing, an absolute blessing.
I love this. And I loved hearing about your son earlier today when you hit your promotion, like just being so proud of you. And I think that speaks volumes for you as a mom to have a 16-year-old boy that cares,
Yeah.
And as a boy mom with a 1-year-old, I'm like, I want my son to be that proud of me. And I think that's one of the things that potentials and even new distributors struggle with is working from your phone, especially if you have a full-time job in front of your kids, not feeling like you have the time to do it. But I think we forget that it's also okay to let our kids see us chase our dreams or
Yes.
to work hard for them, because
Mm-hmm.
you're not doing it just for yourself. It's okay for them to see you go above and beyond to get whatever you want. And a lot of times it's temporary sacrifices for long-term gains, because this business is residual. And when you do it right, you can continue to get paid. And, God forbid something happens to any of us, the fact that we can still get a paycheck on the work that we did the months before, and I know for you specifically with health things, like you don't know when something might happen where you won't be able to be at full capacity. So knowing that money's still going to hit your bank account because of the work you've done, like there's not really any other job that can do that for extended periods of time.
Exactly.
So
Like when your job furloughs you or puts you on FMLA, which by the way does not pay what your salary is. So when you have this to fall back on, first of all, you're not sitting here just concentrating on yourself and like self-pity type thing. He's seen me so stressed out before. So he sees me, sitting into the grocery store and not worrying about how much it was, because is covered. I've got it. I don't have to say, okay, put that back, put this back. If that's not in stock, get this instead, or get the off brand of that when I know you like this one. So he sees it, and I know I have an 8 to 5 job that I still do work. I just fit this in the cracks of my day, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
I love it. And I think most people don't have a full-time job, like we said, like where life can happen to us and we could still bring in an income. So I feel like right now, if anything else, with everything that has gone on in the world and the craziness of jobs and businesses closing, like huge businesses closing, I feel like if at any other time in the world, there's never been a better time for people to have multiple streams of income. Like you don't have to
Absolutely.
want to quit your job. You don't have to join this business hoping to retire one day. Like, yes, it's possible 100%, but I think from now on, people are never going to not want a plan B or a supplemental income. So, okay. I love that. Over 40 customers in just weeks, literally weeks. You've already double promoted, earned a shopping spree, weekly bonuses, all the good stuff. I know you're not anywhere close to stopping, but maybe tell us what a goal is you have for the next 6 months to a year.
The next 6 months to the year, first of all, my ex-husband loaned me some money, because when I was out of work, this was before I joined, I didn't have anything. So he loaned me some money. I've already paid over half of that back. So there's that. And I'm going to pay off 2 credit cards that obviously got used a lot, a lot, a lot. So I'm going to pay those off, and that's just all there is to it. And I am on track, and nothing's going to stop me. I mean, I have oxygen. It's not going to stop me, though. No.
I love it. I love your attitude. I feel like no excuses. I mean, we've got girls on the team that have 9 children We have women that are on oxygen. I mean, you name it, everything under the sun, we've got someone that's doing it because they chose to. You know, like
Absolutely.
you said in your original story, like you could have chosen to have a pity party, to sit back and to just choose that this is your fate, that's it. Like, I'm on oxygen, I've got a full-time job, that's the end. But you chose to kind of step out on a leap of faith and join. So super
Absolutely.
proud of you, friend. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
We are going to move over to Cassie. Hey, girl.
Hello.
How are you?
I am doing great.
Okay, so tell us where you're from, your age, and a little bit about life.
So my name is Cassie. I am 22 years old. I am from Hartford, Wisconsin, super small town. I graduated college last May, and I took a gap year to teach. So I studied religion and Spanish, and I went and taught English in Spain. Was supposed to be there for a year until COVID-19 happened. That changed quick, so I ended up being sent home, and that was a little bit scary because that was my income in the meantime. So my close friend Catherine had signed up to work for It Works, and she had been talking to me for months about this, and I just kept saying, nope, not for me. You do you, not for me, not for me. I didn't even know why. I just said no, like, no, not going to do it. Dismissed it many times, and then when I heard that she was going for a promotion, I joined. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I hadn't even talked to her about it. I would say like 3 weeks after I joined, I was sent home from Spain, and I was like, wait a minute. I need to do this. So I hopped on a new distributor training and heard about getting that shopping spree. And I was like, all right, I have a week left of my first month. I better get a move on it. So I started working. And then at that point I was like, you know what? I have 6 customers that are already in this journey with me, and I now have a big responsibility. So I decided to just actually commit to what I was doing and give it a fair chance. I was like, I feel like 6 months at least you have to give something. I was like, okay, I'm going to commit for 6 months. And if I truly see no results after 6 months, I'll quit. And it's been less than 2. I don't even know when I joined, March something. And I'm like, you know what? It's just too late I'm in too deep, and it's been too big of a blessing to even back out now. So yeah.
It's so crazy. I didn't know some of those things about you, but I was 22 when I joined too, so we have that in common. But I did not know that you waited a couple weeks to even get started, which makes your journey that much crazier because you didn't even get started for 3 weeks. So to see what you've done from then to now is crazy. How many customers? 60?
66, I think.
Yeah.
66. I don't know.
Probably going to be 70 by midnight tonight. Okay, let's be honest.
Okay.
This girl like enrolls like crazier than I've probably ever seen. It's insane. So super proud of what you've done so far, like literally mind blowing. So tell us you told us how you found the company. So maybe, you said that you weren't super interested in joining. You obviously eventually got started. Did anything in particular that you can think of really hold you back from either saying yes or actually getting started, or was it just life circumstances?
I think part of it was that I was in Spain, and I was like, I'm trying to sell products to people in the US. And it's so simple with social media. Looking at it now, I'm like, why didn't I do that? I had so much free time. But so I think that was part of it. But I also just I didn't know if I believed in the products.
Yeah.
So I actually had a friend who, the one that signed me up, she sent me a bunch of products. She's like, here, try all of these. And if you still don't think that they work, then don't join me. I'll never ask you about it again. And I was like, okay. And so I started trying some of the products, and I've struggled with my weight a lot because I have a thyroid problem. So I've been on a journey these past few years of losing weight, and I was like, there's just no way. And so I tried the product. I was so skeptical. I was that person. I was like, nope, doesn't work. This job's not going to work. Everything that you could think of. Tried the products, loved them, was not a coffee drinker. I'm now addicted to Skinny Brew. So there's like so many things that changed. I think I was also afraid of just family, like everyone else. I think you have those thoughts go through your head, and just wondering like, I don't know how to post on social media. I'm literally going to fail. And I was like, you know what? It is just worth a shot at that point. in the situation of the world today, and just looking at my hopes for the future, I would like to be in full-time ministry, and you might not get paid a penny for that. So I'm like, that's my goal. That's where I want to be headed. And I think once my vision changed a little bit, just realizing how many goals I had, which I think the team helped me do. I don't think I joined knowing really what I was doing. So yeah, I think I was just stuck on a lot of like just being skeptical and in denial. And I was like, nah, it's just not for me. So it took like a huge leap of faith, but has definitely shown itself to be working.
Definitely. Definitely working for you. Okay. Okay. So I love that. And honestly, I think part of what holds people back is just when you look for an excuse not to do something, or you look for a reason it's not going to work for you, you find them every time. You will always find an excuse not to start a new business. Like, you will always think of a reason you're going to fail. But if you think of the one reason that it has to work or that it will work, you will also find that too. And you have to focus on the reasons it has to or why it will. And, you know, this business can also be a ministry. So I think it's awesome that that is what you want to do. And obviously it'll allow you to pursue that. But I love that in the meantime that you can also use this as a ministry. So I think that's awesome. I love it. And that's why we have so many people in that field that join our company. Number one, because it's a Christian-based company, but then also because there's a lot of jobs that people love and they feel passionate about. Sometimes that doesn't correlate to paying the bills. And so it's nice to be able to pursue that passion, but still live, you know, the life that you want to live. So I love it. Okay. So one other little thing, you already kind of touched on the community. The team kind of helped you see the vision. Obviously you jumped on trainings that helped you kind of catch the vision and get going. So what is a goal that you have over the next 6 to 12 months?
So I'm going to be super bold in this so that there's accountability and so that everyone knows my goal. So I head to grad school starting this fall. And it's 3 years, and my goal is to completely pay for grad school and pay off my existing student loan debt. I'm not going to share with you a number because it's just not necessary. But in a year tops, 6 months would be great. But in a year, my goal is to have all of that paid off. And to be able to start discovering what's next and to give. I love giving and not having to think about where it's coming from. So to get myself in a place where I don't have debt, so that when somebody needs help or when there's opportunity to give, I don't even have to hesitate. So it's a big goal, and I'm just I'm praying over this business. I think that's been huge for me. Mm-hmm. And I am expectant that it will happen, especially with the community and the team. And just seriously, like they were all saying, like, from day one, you're so encouraged. Like everyone's like best friends, cares about you, loves you. When you're missing for a day, they're like, hey, is there anything I can do for you? And I'm like, what? Oh, okay. This is weird. Never met you, but I love it. And so that's been huge too. So
I love it. Well, God honors big goals. So I love it. And he's proud of you for that. Okay. So just really quickly, I want to share for those people that are watching that are thinking about joining. Obviously, message the person that invited you to watch this video. If it was one of these ladies, reach out to them. But reach out to the person that invited you to watch this video. Ask them whatever questions you have. They'll be more than happy to answer. And just know that you're going to have a million questions as you get started too. And just like they all told you, you're going to have a support system, and not just the person that you join. Okay, all of these girls know that there have been multiple people answering questions, cheering them on. We have a Facebook community for training. We do weekly new distributor trainings. I mean, you have access to more than you will probably ever need to be successful in this company. So that is not a problem. All you have to do is be someone that's willing to learn and take a few simple steps over and over, and learn a few simple steps and then repeat, because these girls will all tell you it's very simple. We do a lot of the same thing over and over. We build relationships with people. We grow our social media followings. We teach you how to do all of this. And they are all proof that you can learn and you can be successful as fast as you want to be successful. You can join and hit the ground running and start making money tonight. So we do have a special promotion. If you are watching this on May 25th, we have a special promotion that does end at midnight tonight. So reach out to the person that invited you to watch this. I'm not even going to go over the nitty gritty. You guys already kind of know what we do. We share and promote over 40 health and health and skincare products. We're an international company. We're debt free. We are passionate about paying off debt. We are a Christian-based company. And any other details that you need about how we get paid and all of that, I'm not going to go through that tonight because I want you to talk one-on-one with the person that invited you to watch this. And these girls really just shared so much of what you actually need to know to be successful that we're not going to go through that. So message the person that you are watching this video, whoever's page you're on, chat with them. We will be so eager to welcome you to our Facebook group, to our team, and we will be, these girls and a bunch of other girls and guys will be ready to welcome you and train you. So we appreciate you guys for joining tonight. Thank you, ladies that were on here. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. I know it's not easy. I know for a lot of you, this was your first live video on Facebook, so I appreciate it. You guys are so appreciated, and I'm so pumped for the rest of the year for all three of you, and congrats on your promotions today. You guys have a great night and a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day.